Good morning, students. In the previous class, you have already learned about the matter and its classification. Also, you learned that matter is in the form of element, compound and mixture. Today we are going to learn about element and its classification. In the last class already you have learned about the element. What is an element? Do you remember? Okay, it is the purest of any substance. Same kind of atoms are present in it. That is an element. Till now, 118 elements have been discovered. Out of these, 92 elements are natural. Other elements are man-made. So, French chemist Lavoisier said that on the basis of variation in properties, elements can be classified as metals, non-metals and metalloids. We will study about the metals, non-metals and metalloids. We have to know about the metal, non-metals and metalloids. Now we will see the properties of metals and non-metals. Now we will see first physical state of metal. See, physical state of metal means usually metals are in solid form. Example, copper, iron, silver, gold, etc. But mercury, gallium and cesium are in liquid form at normal temperature. So, physical state. What about the physical state of metal? Usually metals are in solid form. Metals are in solid form. Example, iron, copper, silver, etc. So, but exception mercury, cesium, etc. So, what about a non-metal? Non-metals, usually non-metals are in solid and gaseous form. Non-metals are in solid and gaseous form. What are the non-metals present in the solid form? That is sulfur, phosphorus and iodine. What are the non-metals are present in the gaseous form? Hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. So, non-metals usually non-metals are in solid and gaseous form. Example, sulfur, phosphorus, iodine. But exception, bromine. Bromine is liquid form. So, usually non-metals are in solid and gaseous form. What are the non-metals are present in the solid form? Sulfur, phosphorus and iodine. Then what are the non-metals are present in the gaseous form? That is hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. Hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. But bromine is the only non-metal that is present in the liquid form. Okay, did you get? This is the physical state of metals and non-metals. You see, physical state of metals, usually metals are in solid form, example iron, copper, gold, etc. But mercury, cesium are formed in the liquid form at normal temperature. But usually non-metals are in solid and gaseous form. Example, sulfur, phosphorus and iodine. What are the non-metals present in the gaseous form? Hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. But bromine is in liquid form. Next we will study about the luster. See, what is the meaning of luster? Luster means shiny appearance. So, metal has the property of luster. It has the property of properties of luster. So, example we can see gold, silver, copper. So, non-metals, they don't have the properties of luster. They do not have properties of Okay. Next we will go to the malleability. Malleability means it's the properties of metals to be converted into thin sheet. So, what are the examples? Aluminium foil, silver foil, iron sheet. Aluminium foil, what is the use of the aluminium foil? Aluminium foil we are using for packing fruit. So, what is malleability? It is the properties of metals to be converted into wire. Example, aluminium foil, silver foil. These are the example of malleability. But non-metals, they don't have the properties of malleability. So, non-malleability. Yes. Now, these three properties you have seen: first physical state, second luster, then malleability. What is the malleability? It is the properties of the metals to be converted into thin sheet, that is aluminium foil, silver foil. Then what are the properties of the non-metal? They don't have the properties of malleability. So, that is non-malleability. So, now we will study about ductility. So, ductility means it's the properties of metals drawn into wire. So, ductility means it's the properties of metal the properties of the metal drawn into wire. Example, copper, gold, etc. But non-metals, they don't have the properties of ductility, that is non-ductility. Now, next we will study about good conductor of heat. Good conductor of heat. Good conductor, metals, they are good conductor of heat. Why? Because we are using some utensils in the kitchen. So, example we can say saucepan, pressure cooker. they are made by metals. So, saucepans and pressure cooker handles is made by plastic. So, plastic is bad conductor of electricity. Instead of plastic, we will use metals because we will get heated. So, metals are good conductor of heat. That's why saucepan, we are using saucepan, pressure cooker handles are made by plastic. Plastic is bad conductor of heat, but metals are good conductor of heat. Metals are good conductor of heat. Example, copper, aluminium, iron, etc. Now, there is non-metal. What about non-metals? Non-metals are bad conductor of heat. Non-metals are bad conductor of heat. Now, good conductor of heat means metals are good conductor of heat, but non-metals are bad conductor of heat. Now, we will study about good conductor of electricity. Good conductor of electricity. See, metals are good conductor of electricity. So, copper wire we are using electric gauges, but silver wire we are not using. But silver is the best conductor of electricity. Why we are using the copper wire? Because of silver is very costly. So, see, we cannot afford silver for using these electric gauges. So, this is the metals are good conductor of electricity. But non-metals are bad conductor of electricity. Non-metals are bad conductor of electricity except graphite. Graphite we are using for making electrodes. We are using for electrodes. Exception can be graphite. So, good conductor of electricity. Now, next we will go to sonorous. Sonorous means it's the properties of metals to produce ringing sound. It's the properties of the metal to produce ringing sound. So, it has the capacity to produce ringing sound. In our school, we can see that bell. When bell rings, we can hear the sound. It's made by metals. So, that is metals are, it has the capacity to ringing the sound. But non-metals, they don't have sonorous property. They don't have the properties of sonorous, non-sonorous. Non-sonorous. So, good conductor of electricity and sonorous. Next we will see high melting point and boiling point. Boiling point and melting point. Metal has high melting point and boiling point, high, but non-metal has low melting and boiling point. You see, the utensils we are using in the kitchen, this container we are keeping on the stove, gas stove, but it will not melt. It is melting? No, it will not melt. So metals have high boiling and melting point, but they know about the non-metals, low melting and boiling point. Next point we can see that density. Density, already you know that the mass per unit volume of the substance is called density. So what about metals? See, that is high density and this is low density. Means density, you know, the mass per unit volume of the substance is called density. What about in the metals in density? High. Why? Because of, you know, in metals atoms are closely packed together. So the closer the particles, greater will be the density. The more closer the particles, greater will be the density. So metals, they have high density, but non-metal have low density except graphite. Now we will study about the hardness. Hardness. Metals are very hard. You take the iron piece, we can cut it? No, we cannot break it fast. So metals are very, hardness is very high. Very hard. Metals are very hard. But some exception can be, sodium and potassium can be cut with the help of the knife. It is a soft metal. But exception, sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium are soft metal. We can be cut with the help of the knife. But in the case of non-metals, it is very soft and brittle. Non-metals, it's very soft and brittle. Now we will study about the metalloids. Metalloids means it has the property of metals and non-metals. It shows the properties of metals and non-metals, that is known as metalloids. Example, boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic. These are the examples. You can see that. So now in this chapter you learned about the properties of the metals, non-metals. Also you learned about the metalloids. Okay, thank you.